Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to sort out these $1 bills. Count them really good first. I love counting money. So that's what we're going to start out with, the quick, rapid movement kind of counting. We'll slow it down, and then we will start using the pointer and magnification here. And this is just my pad of water to dab my fingers on for a better grip. Hopefully I can still shuffle with these gloves on. So let's get started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is do a silent count through of the entire pile, and then I'm going to count out by tens out loud, and we'll see how much money we have here, okay? So, did you count along? Let's see if you were right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so we have $45 or $41 here. Not in any particular order. Piles of 10 and 1. So I'm going to go ahead and count out by 4 and put them into piles. 1, 2, oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay. Okay, let's lay them out into 2 piles, one for face up and one for face down. Okay, so once again, face down, face up. Great. Now they are all face up. Let's just go through them one time quickly to make sure we didn't miss any. They should all be facing upwards now. It doesn't matter which direction they're facing. Here we go. Oh, there's one there that I missed. The rest are okay. Okay, since I did miss one, I'm going to do a quick look through. Be sure I didn't miss any others. Now we're going to be separating these into two more piles, one for George Washington's shoulders on the left, and one for George Washington's shoulders on the right. So go ahead and get started with this. Right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, right, 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 left, left, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, right, left. Okay. And now let's turn all of these guys around so they're all facing this way now. Alright, so now our entire pile should have George Washington's shoulders on the bottom part and facing upwards so that we will see the green emblem on as we flip through, okay? Let's go through it quickly. Oops, I'm sorry, let's try it over. Great. I saw emblems on every page. Alright, so now that we've got my screen ready to go, this will make it easy for us to check the year or the series date. Can't quite get it with that. Here. So this will be checked off. What you'll see is I will grab each bill, fold it in half, and place it under at exactly this. It will show up for you, okay? Looks good. And we won't need to pile them in any kind of order yet. We'll just be noting the years on each one, and we'll see which ones are the oldest or the newest, okay? Here we go. 2017. This one is 2013. (2017). 1995, 2013, 2013, 2013, 2017, 2017, 2013, 2013, 2013, 2013, 2009, 2013, 2013, 2013, 2017, 2009, 2013, 2017, 2013, 2006, 2009, 2013, 2017A, 2013, 2017, 2017, 2013, 2013, 2017, 2013, 2017, 2013, 1977. I think we have our oldest. Let's put that aside. 2013, 2013, 2001, 2017. Okay. Let's take a look at this old one. Okay, here we have a United States $1 bill. This is George Washington, the first president of the United States. It says in full, Federal Reserve Note, the United States of America. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. $1, Series 1977, Washington, D.C. And here on the back, we have the United States of America. In God we trust, $1. If you know what all these are, go ahead and put them in the comments, because I don't. Guess you could always Google it too. And here's the eagle on this side. I want you to go ahead and make note, if you would, to the spirals that you can see. Let me go ahead and bring my screen out again, now that we're getting a little bit closer. I can go ahead and use my pointer then. Okay. So now, okay, this is where I wanted to point out here. Notice the spirals along the outside of this. This is the bottom corner of the E of the 1 in the center. Here we have the upper part of the dollar bill, the edge, center, where it says the United States of America. States is in the center. Here we have this design of the dark green with the spirals below, or the, there we are, the spirals you can see in the background of this green. So it kind of goes from the white or cream edges to a thin green line here, another white line, then this background of the entire bill is actually this spiral of crisscrossy zigzags, which makes it very difficult to reproduce. And you can see this background comes all the way across, all the way down. We're on the lower left-hand side of the bill now. Now we're coming across into the left center where we have the pyramid. Coming into the center, the zero, O, it is an O, N, E, and then moving into this same design here, a cream stripe between these thin green lines, lots of horizontal lines going across that bring us into this eagle, and we have stars and a cloud bursting, and a fishnet almost like behind that, just behind the eagle, feathers. Here on this side we have arrows that are held in that side, and I believe this is an olive branch, I can't remember. So we also have a number down in where the bottom of the E is, right in this corner. We have a number 2402. So let me flip this around to the other side really quickly and give you a good show. Now this is, again, I'm going to be showing you this side of the bill, and it will go across the ink colors that go across with this color to the green, the ink on the serial code, and some of the darker lines that are pressed into the bill. So let's take a look at those really quickly. Alright, so we have the same kind of spirograph background on the one. The one has an emblem shape here that we're going to follow along around. Almost looks like a spoon. At the end of the spoon, my family in the 80s looked much like the emblem shaped around the one on this bill. And then we come through, and the ink here, you'll see, is surprisingly bright, does not scratch off. Comes down, same color here, and inside the green ink you'll read the Department of the Treasury, and below it says 1789. Inside you'll have the key, a scale here, justice I suppose, or maybe the scale of weighing money, banking kind of thing, probably more that, or both. The serial code is all in the same kinds of font. This one here, for example, is G4327129 5D. And this D and this G at the beginning letter here will always be in the center of the emblem on the left side of Washington's haircut. This one here says Chicago, Illinois. G, Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago, Illinois. Here we have D3. And now this is the last thing I'm going to show you quickly, is the fine lines here used to create the curvature of George Washington's brow. This is just a kind of extra art thing that I'm looking at, where the lines coming across lighten up for where he should be brightened, darken, and crisscross closer together from where his brows kind of deepen, and then round out into his eyes here on this side, and allow for a more aged look with details of the lines coming down into the nose. You can see his uneven cheeks, the mutton chops. So, now that we've gone through thoroughly what dollar bills will look like, we'll now be going through and sorting them by the emblem letter in the center. Okay? So, first let me go ahead and show everything, and I'm going to recount one more time before we get started really quickly, and I'm going to lay down in paths of 10. Here we go. And 1. Okay, so that was good. Everything is in order. I'll probably have 2 columns here and here. Make a lot of room because I know there's a bunch of letters. So start with F, L, G, L, L, E, A, G, D, B, C, L, G. Let's move the G down. Scoot everyone over a little. Okay. G is here. L, B, J, B, L, E, oops, E, A, C, E, G, B, K, D, B, F, C, L, G, L, D, A, L, F, B, F, and D. Okay, so now let's go over these really quickly. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, no H, or I. We do have a J, K, and lots of L's, okay? So we'll pick them up in this order and count down through A to B to C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Okay. So now I'm going to put them in reverse order so I can go ahead and put them with explaining. You'll see it. Here we go. Okay, going through really quickly, it looks like everything is good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take the L, and then we're going to take the second number in, and we will be using the alphabetical and then a numerical number here next to it to put them in order. So this is L7. L2 is before L7. L6 is before L7, but after L2. L0 is before L2. L8 is after L7. L1 is after L0 and before L2. L8 is in the back. We have L80 and then we have L81. L74 will come in right before L78. L85 will come in here after L85, L81, so this will be the last one. L24, we have L27. So L24 will be before L27, after L1. Okay, so these are the L's. These are the K's now. K9, start with that. And that's the only one. So now we have J5. Right, now we have J56, which is after J52. And that's the only one, so we go to G. We have G1. We have G2 goes after G1. G3 goes after G2. G33 goes before G35. G4, 3 comes after G3. And now we've moved on to F, so let's go ahead and put the G's over. And F4 is our beginner. F8. F44 is before F45. F6 is before F8 and, after for F63 is before F89 and after F45. And that's all of those. We move on to the E's now. E8, E0, E87 comes after E83. And now we're on to D, so let's put E0 in front. Now D7 is a beginner. D0 is before. D3 is before D7, after D0. D45 is after D3. D3, D4, okay. And now we're into C's. C7. C4 is before C7. C1 is before C4. And we've moved on to B's. B2, B4 is after B2, B1 is before B2, B2, 8 is after B2, 5, B8 is after B4, B4, 9 is after B4, 1, and before B8, 1, A2, 9. Oh, now we're on to A's, so let's put the B's over here. And A2, 9 is a beginners. A8 comes after A2, and A3 comes after A2 before A4. So now these should all be in correct order. Do a quick fold check. We're going to look now into the emblem here. These C, D, E, F, G, lots of G's, J, K, L, and that is the last of them. They should all be L's now. So the difference of these different things here. This one here says Boston. This one here says New York. this says Philadelphia. D is Cleveland, Ohio. E, Richmond, Virginia. F is Atlanta. G, as we saw, was Chicago. J is Kansas City. K, Dallas. And L, which is San Francisco. So I think I've messed up which way they're facing, so I'm going to fix that, and then we'll call it a day. Make sure they're facing the same way. Alright. Now before I clip them back up and send them to the next part of processing, I'm going to check these numbers and be very sure that I am positive I can clip it and they'll be in order. Here we go. A2, A8, oh, see? Oh, that's good. A8, B1, B2, B2, B4, B4, B8, C1, C4, C7, D0, D3, D4, D7, E0, E8, E8, F4, F4, F6, F8, G1, G2, G3, G3, G4, J5, J5, K9, L0, L1, L2, L2, L6, L7, L7, L8, L8, and L8. Looks all in order to me. So we will fold these in half this way. Use our clip. Thanks for watching, guys.